What do you want to say, Mike?
This is my brother, Shaun.
That's
This
a
is
good
my
one.
Uncle Shaun. He's raised me since I was born. I don't know, he's always been like a second father to me, looking out for me. And Uncle Shaun and I have an interesting relationship because we grew up and he lived with me as a kid, so he was always there looking out and making sure I'm staying on the right path. And I haven't always, but he's always been for me there either way. So we have a good open relationship now, and it was hard to adjust to as I was growing up, but now we're able to talk on an adult level, which is a whole new thing that I'm trying to get used to. But he's a cool guy. He travels around and he doesn't have any fear of experiencing new things now, and it's pretty inspiring. So hope you enjoy.
Oh wow! I want to do some random thoughts. Just maybe that's what today's going to be about. All right, so I'm the eternal optimist, I would say. At the core of who I am the guy who finds the silver lining and who always finds, the lesson to be learned. And even in the darkest of my times after, yes, my divorce, I knew there would be a silver lining, and I would be better. I would be better at some point. And I remember being so upset at being that optimistic about things because I wanted to be able to wallow and be, angry and hurt and all those things that I needed to feel. And I was trying to give myself permission to do that. But in all of that, I knew that I would be okay. So I always find a silver lining is my point. And from that very darkness came positive things. I mean, it's a true thing. You hear all these cliches of, good things come from bad things, and there's light after the darkness, and it's really very true. There is a silver lining. And the unimaginable. There are things that you can't even comprehend or imagine could be a part of your life, and it is. My first vlog, that's what that was about. I was sharing how you can take a leap and jump head on without really planning, and there it was. Things, just the universe, if you will, speaking to me and giving me the things that I wanted or needed to move forward. But you have to be open to those things. You can't fight it. So the other thing that I want to mention, cut to 2 years after living in Puerto Rico and returning to New York, as I had become very sick. And I had no idea. No doctor could tell me what was wrong with me. I was losing a lot of weight. I had become very skinny. And just, my hair falling out and that kind of thing. And nothing was being found. They ran every sort of test. So I finally came back to New York, and they were able to find that there was a parasite. I picked up a parasite, and I don't know how long it was there, but I started to lose my sight, and it was a really, really troubling time for me because, literally, I felt like I was dying, and probably was. But I met new people along the way, and you attract who you are and what you are. So I attracted very spiritual people, and one of my close friends, Stacy, put it, and it was a rebirth. I had a rebirth, and again the journey continued, and I was allowing it to happen. So another part of the journey, that part of my story of filling in those pieces to give you an idea of me coming back and returning to Shaun and rediscovering who I was, because I'd forgotten completely who I was, and here I was remembering things. Yeah, that's who I was. And then remembering who I used to do things for me, that was Shaun, that was who Shaun was. And then you rediscover who you are, you remember bits and pieces, you put it together. But then you realize that's not enough. You need to reinvent yourself. You need to take all of that stuff and put it into, mix it up and and embrace new things, and you're reinventing yourself every day. So this vlog, for instance, is me reinventing myself and giving myself a chance to express myself, and hopefully it'll bring out more of my creative, parts of myself, because I've been struggling to finish my book. And I haven't really talked about the book, but the book is a very big part of sharing these journeys, and I think this will open me up and like somehow merge and maybe getting, connecting with you. You never know who's out there. Even before I published my first vlog entry, my friend Tosca has already expressed interest. She's someone I've known since high school. So one of my oldest friends, and we always seem to pick up the phone. It could be a year, it could be months, and we always seem to be on a parallel journey. And she's on this same, spirituality thing and working to understand it and share it. And so she's excited to talk about that part of it, and I look forward to it. It's reintroducing myself to people I've already known, and I'm sure they're reintroducing themselves to me, because we're on different journeys at different parts of our lives. So that's been all interesting. But anyway, I think that's a lot of randomness that I've shared today, and I hope that it somehow all connects, because to me, I'm trying to put the pieces together, but maybe I'm not really big on spelling things out, or here is point 1 and point 2 and check that. I'm really big on spitting it out, as abstract as it may be, and you make sense of it, because at the end of the day, whatever I'm sharing needs to apply to your life. It needs to work for you. It may not even apply to anything that's happening to you. But so taking the little pieces, the little things I'm throwing at you, and you're catching it and making sense of it, at the end of the day, I hope you take away something that can help you. And on that note, I'm going to sign off. Hit the like button and subscribe, and tune in next week, because there's going to be more to share. God bless.
It's just an illusion.